So recently, a YouTuber from Nebraska thought it would be a bright idea to derail a whole ass freight train to get some awesome footage for his YouTube channel.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my freaking god! Oh my god, are they okay?
I don't know why this boy is acting like he's surprised when he's the one who literally set up, I'm assuming, some metal pegs to derail the train itself. Like, oh, you were just in the right spot, in the middle of nowhere, next to a couple of silos on what looks to be like some kind of military base maybe, with a camera in hand standing as a train is passing by, carrying cargo, and you just so happen to get the perfect angle of this train being derailed at the exact spot of which you're standing in? Makes complete sense. Yeah, I'm sure. It was all a coincidence. Nothing out of the ordinary happening here.
Oh my god. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my freaking god!
I just find it funny how a guy who's crazy enough to derail a whole ass cargo train is out here censoring himself by saying freaking instead of saying the actual word he wants to say, as if that's where his moral line stops. Like, oh no, I can't curse because that's against my character. I would never. Meanwhile, he's out here potentially causing millions of dollars in damages, probably costing people their lives, as who knows what could have been in that cargo train: medical supplies, food, vital infrastructure equipment, water, money, electronics, like who knows. And as according to New York Post, they say the YouTuber was charged with 2 felonies for allegedly derailing. Well, it's not allegedly anymore, as we literally just saw the footage. A train in Nebraska to film quote-unquote insane footage for YouTube. A 17-year-old who has not been identified because of his age. Okay, he's 17. I love how America does that, but in literally 6 months from now, he'll be able to do anything he wants, including being charged as an adult for a crime like this, of which I believe he should be charged as an adult for. But the article goes on to say, oh my god, oh my freaking god. He repeatedly gasped as he filmed 2 locomotives and 5 fully loaded rail cars come off the rails but remain upright after hitting an empty one, causing $350,000 in damage. Okay, well, not as much as I thought it'd be, but still quite a lot of money. They say that the teen was the first to report the derailment and even approached an investigator at the scene to show him the footage. And I'm pretty sure that investigator already knew that this kid likely had something to do with it. Like, what are the odds of this kid being out here in the middle of nowhere next to a train crossing and he manages to get the footage at the right time in the right spot? Like, did this dumbass kid think that this likely seasoned veteran investigator wouldn't put 2 and 2 together and automatically know that it was him? But fortunately, he was charged Wednesday after investigators obtained a search warrant to seize a cell phone and 4K digital recorder he used to film the wild footage, which he'd also shared with a local news station. He was hit with 2 counts of criminal mischief causing damage worth more than $5,000, both felonies, the outlet said. Penalties could also include a $15,000 fine and up to 7 years in prison on each count. So yeah, at a minimum, if this kid doesn't do some type of plea deal, cops out to a lesser charge of, I don't know, I'm not a lawyer, but if he decides to take this to trial or whatever, decides to waste the court's time and wants to bring this to a judge, he'll likely be serving at a minimum 7 years in prison, of which he fully, wholly deserves. Like, bro, you could have literally killed people. What about the train conductor? He could have died. All the equipment could have been ruined. The resources it's gonna take to lift these cars up and put them back on the railing. Then you're holding up traffic for any other trains behind this train that has to be on schedule for their stops. Like, I'm sure this kid isn't inherently evil. I'm sure he's not a legitimate bad person, right? But the amount of brain rot, the need to go viral, the obsession with fame, trying to become a YouTuber is just like ruining the mental cognition of so many young people nowadays. And get this, the lead investigator on this case, 3 days after the derailment, obtained surveillance footage showing a 1996 Buick Park Avenue in the area and the teen walking on the south end of the tracks toward the switch with a tripod. So not only was Buddy's car caught on camera being parked in the vicinity of where this happened at, but the man also had a tripod in his hand prior or after this train was derailed. And he didn't think that he would be caught on camera. Like, obviously you're in an industrial area, a train is passing by, businesses are by, they're gonna have camera footage. It is 2024. Damn near every major intersection has a camera or some type of surveillance just in case shit goes down. And he didn't think to, I don't know, maybe kill the cams, cover up the cams, scope the area out before doing some shit like this. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the future generation that's supposed to be taking over the world pretty soon. Gen Z. And listen, I get I'm in the same generation, but to be honest, since I'm an older Gen Z, born in the late 90s, I genuinely feel sometimes that I'm literally not a part of Gen Z at all. Now, obviously, I don't feel like I'm a part of the millennials because they're in a whole other bracket category of crazy and I don't want to be a part of them either. But I sure as hell don't feel like I belong with the Gen Zs either. So where do I belong? Looks like I'm just gonna have to come out and create a whole brand new category for the people born between 1998 and maybe 2004, between that area, because that seems to be some type of golden, rare area of birth years where we got to experience the best of both worlds growing up. Childhood without phones and tablets and the internet being the center of our lives, and we were being outside like 7 hours a day in the summer, to then actually getting to see the technological development of the iPhone, social media, Instagram, Facebook, and all that. Like, it was an interesting transition, and I can genuinely say life was better before the iPhone, social media, Instagram, and YouTube became like the biggest things in the world. Back then, when things were still mostly physical and tangible and you had to actually feel things instead of actually mostly being digital now, and everything is like ones and zeros and letters and fucking pixels on the screen. Like, now you guys got me here reminiscing and being nostalgic. But yeah, I can confidently say that my confidence in the future generations, Gen Z and Gen Alpha, which are people like 14 and below, and being able to sustain the country, uphold the infrastructure, keep things alive and running, is abysmally low. And the more stories like this come out day after day, month after month, year after year, the more my faith in Gen Z and Gen Alpha and whatever fucking generation comes after Gen Alpha and being able to run the world soon, when I guess all the other older generations die out, I was just like, yeah, Elon better hurry up and start colonizing the moon, Mars, fucking Venus, Uranus, pause, or some shit, because we gotta get up out of here, man. This is not sustainable. Anyways, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. It's crazy out here. The clout chasing is too real. But yeah, sub, like, comment down below, and catch all of you in the next one.